if you do not have good background in competitive programming, then you won't even get shortlisted. I think communication is also important. Like if you are understanding the solution but you are not able to explain it, then it doesn't matter. So OOPS concept is a must if you are looking for these companies.
So hey guys, so today we have with us Mr. Rishabh Raj, who recently grabbed an SDE internship offer from JP Morgan and Chase, that is the largest bank in the US and the 5th largest bank in the world by total assets. So first of all, Rishabh, congratulations for the immense offer.
Yeah, thanks.
So, and you cracked this while being from a chemical engineering department. Now how great is that? But like how many people actually get these kind of offers, like from chemical engineering department, like SDE offers? And you must have worked hard to get this kind of an offer, right? Because in IIT Kharagpur, especially being from a non-circuital branch, it's extremely difficult to get an offer like this. So how did you do that?
Yeah, so being from a non-circuital department in IIT Kharagpur, you will obviously get less number of opportunities compared to those who are in circuital departments. But if you have done enough of competitive programming and good amount of, if you have some good projects, then you can always get a good offer, I believe.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So like let's get on to CDC, that is our internship drive for IIT Kharagpur. So how did you exactly prepare for CDC?
Yeah, so the preparation specifically for CDC started from 4th semester. I was aware of competitive programming beforehand also, but I used to give only long contests on CodeChef and not very much prepared for the short contests that usually come in CDC. So I started giving Codeforces contests from the beginning of 4th semester, and after the speed, I also picked up speed after the lockdown happened during March end. So I tried to pretty much give all the contests that happened on Codeforces during that time. And the benefit of giving short contests is that your speed increases and also you improve your implementation skills, as well as the use of STL and other stuff that we get to learn as we do it. And also I joined AlgoZenith course, which was taught by seniors of IIT KGP. So that also helped me in clearing many concepts. And yeah, so practicing on Codeforces contests and solving problems that AlgoZenith provided, that helped a lot.
Okay, so you mentioned AlgoZenith. So AlgoZenith, Vivek Gupta is the founder of AlgoZenith, and Vivek has already been a guest on this YouTube channel. So could you please tell us about your experience of AlgoZenith and how was your overall experience of that?
Yeah, so AlgoZenith, the course started with like the basics of implementations and STL knowledge, and then they also taught the important topic like dynamic programming and advanced graph algorithms. So the experience was great, and like they used to teach the concepts, like they used to break it down in simpler steps that everyone can understand, and also they also provided like good problems to solve from Codeforces or CodeChef platform that also helped in practice. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you only did Codeforces contest and AlgoZenith, and that was sufficient. You did not do anything from Interview-Bit or LeetCode?
Yeah, that for the major part of my preparation, I did Codeforces and CodeChef problems only, and those provided by AlgoZenith. But during the end time, when we got to know that internship drive will be in September, then I shifted to solving problems on InterviewBit, and because there is a difference between the problems that are asked in coding in the interviews and what comes in usual Codeforces Div 2 rounds. So to get a knack of that, I started solving InterviewBit problems, and also I tried to solve around 50 to 100 LeetCode problems as well. So solving InterviewBit also helps in time management, like there is a timer in InterviewBit. Yeah. So you get to improve your speed as well. So I did solve InterviewBit and LeetCode during last month.
Okay. During the last month you solved InterviewBit and LeetCode. And was there any specific strategy that you followed while solving InterviewBit and LeetCode, or was it all random?
Yeah, so I picked up a topic, and let's say I picked up dynamic programming, and I used to solve three to four problems every day from InterviewBit. So you can set your daily limit, like
Yeah.
you can set your daily limit of points on InterviewBit. So let's say you want to solve problems worth 1,000 points. So you can always, you keep on doing that day by day, and you can complete your goal and
Okay.
solve most of the problems. And similarly with lead code, I used to solve a couple of problems from lead code also daily.
Okay. And,
Lead code medium and hard problems.
okay. Only medium.
Doing
and hard.
easy problems from lead code does not make that much sense, because it won't be of that
Yeah.
much use.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So. You solved 3 to 4 problems daily of InterviewBit, and in lead code you solved only the medium and hard problems, because generally in IIT Kharagpur easy problems don't come in the test. Great.
Yeah.
So now let's get on to your interview experience. That is for JP Morgan and Chase. Now, could you please tell us about your interview experience right from the coding test until the last interview?
Yeah, so the coding test was held on HackerRank platform. So there were two coding questions. One was based on graph algorithm, BFS to be precise, and other one was simple array manipulation and some binary search kind of thing. Yeah, so they were like simple questions, and one can do them easily. And after that, there were three interview rounds. The first round was purely technical. It involved like you need to code the complete solution and run it. So
Run it
it
on
was
code
on,
pair.
yeah, it was on HackerRank code pair.
Okay.
So the problem was based on string manipulation and implementations, use of STL and all that. And yeah, so this was the problem asked in first round. So since the code was long, so it took around 40 minutes in this round.
Could you please tell the
Yeah, so
difficulty of these questions? Like,
Yeah, so first round problem was I would rate it easy.
okay, easy. Lead
It
code
was
easy,
easy only,
and
yeah.
in compared to Dev 2
Lead
contest.
code, yeah, compared to Div 2 contest, it would be like B level.
Okay, cool.
Div 2B, yeah, it was mostly Div 2B. And in the second round, they asked a question based on linked list. Linked list like cycles in linked list
Yeah.
related to that, detecting cycles in linked list. Yeah, so this was the first question. And in this round, they didn't ask me to code the complete solution, just the idea was required. Yeah, and they asked me to code the specific part of the question, not the complete executable code.
Okay.
So, and also apart from this, in the second round, they also asked various questions from object-oriented programming, like inheritance, the abstract classes.
Okay, basic
Yeah,
OOPS questions.
and yeah, they were also like, if you tell a term, then they will ask you another question on that. Yeah, so one problem was also asked on, there is some concept called diamond problem in object-oriented programming. That is one ambiguity that occurs during inheritance.
Yeah.
So that problem was also asked. Yeah, that's what pretty much it about second round.
Okay, okay. So a lot of two questions on coding questions, and rest were from OOPS and like general OOPS
Yeah.
questions. Okay, cool.
Yeah, general ops. Yeah, and the third round was typical HR round.
Okay.
It
And
was
what did they ask in
non-technical.
HR round?
Yeah, like what are your interests and what technologies have you worked on previously?
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Standard questions.
And how many people actually sat for the coding test?
I think it was open to all, so around 300, 400 must have sat.
And out of those, how many finally got selected for the internship?
I think five.
Wow, like out of 400, 300, only 5 got selected. So immense congratulations for that to you. And so, like, could you please tell us, like, what did the recruiter looked for? Like, they only selected 5 people. And so, while recruiting interns for JP Morgan, what did the recruiters look for?
Yeah, so one important thing, as it is evident from the coding test and interviews, is good problem solving skills. Like if you have good background in competitive programming, then you are good to go. And other things like you need to communicate your solutions to the interviewer well. I think communication is also important. Like if you are understanding the solution but you are not able to explain it, then it doesn't matter. So these two things I think most important.
Okay, great. Now, like, let's get on to the resume part. So, what did your resume exactly look like, and what do you think constitutes a good resume while applying for JP Morgan and Chase?
Yeah, so the good resume would be like if you have some contributions in, or if you have already done projects on software development, like you have contributions in open source, that is great. And apart from that, interviews are mostly based on problem solving. So if you have good knowledge of data structures and algorithms and practiced competitive programming, then that will be great.
Okay.
So I had one general project, one simple project based on Node.js, that is a back-end development project, and mostly competitive programming related things.
Okay, and this is something that I want to say, that having one project is extremely important while applying for a company, because it acts as breaking the ice, because you need to have something to talk with the interviewer when you are in the interview, and having that one project or two project, it's extremely important, and it helps the interviewer to talk with you. Like in the interviews, did they ask you from your CV?
Yeah, like walk me through what have you done and what all points have you mentioned. Just he didn't ask me a question, he just asked me to explain the things.
Okay, and this was in a technical interview or in the HR interview?
No, it was in the technical interview, first technical interview.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Now, what are some final parting tips that you'd like to give to people who are sitting for their placements or their internships and want to crack these companies like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, these big investment banks?
Yeah. So try to do competitive programming in your second year if you are going to sit in the next semester. So practicing competitive programming and try to give short contests on regular basis. That will help you in improving your thought process as well as problem solving skills. And apart from that, if you can do some projects, at least one, then that will also help you in getting through the process, because that also shows that you have done other things also apart from competitive programming. And during the last days of preparation, do solve interview bit problems and lead code, because the competitive programming will help you in passing the coding rounds, but in the interviews they ask standard algorithmic or data structure questions that are not there in Codeforces nowadays, div to CD problems. So Codeforces will help you in getting through the coding rounds, but for interviews you need to practice interview bit and Geeks for Geeks for that matter. And in last 1 week you can also try to do mock interviews with your friends. I also did it with one of my friends. So mock interviews can also help you in communicating well. Initially you might be facing problem in explaining your solutions, but you will learn if you give 4 or 5 mock interviews. That helps a lot.
Okay. So like I have heard from investment banks that it's very important to study OOPS. So could you please elaborate more on that? Like do they ask object-oriented programming questions? Yeah,
object-oriented programming, I also came to know about this, that they will ask about OOPS concept. So I did that in last 2 weeks, I think. So there are multiple resources on object-oriented programming, and it is also not necessary to do it in Java only. If you are familiar with C++, you can learn the concepts in C++ as well, although there are some differences, but they will be flexible with languages. So OOPS concept is a must if you are looking for these companies.
Okay, great. Now the final question is that, like, what are some tips that you like to give to non-circuital people who want to crack these big companies being from the non-circuital branch? Because we know it's difficult for them to get into these companies, because most of the companies don't open for this non-circuital people. But you cracked JP Morgan being from the non-circuital branch. So what are some tips that you like to give to people like these? Yeah, so since for the non-circuital people, you will get lesser number of opportunities during CDC internship drive. I don't know about the placements, but in those like the bigger companies that are coming, they will have tough CP based questions. So if you do not have good background in competitive programming, then you won't even get shortlisted. Apart from that, try to maintain good enough CGPA, because this year also if you have 8+ CGPA then you are good, but below that you might be facing problems. So good CGPA and good competitive programming skills will help you in getting SDE roles through on campus. Okay.
this is, but however you have lesser opportunities, but you don't need to think about that. You just need to build your skills and focus on that.
Yeah, exactly. Like we have to deal with the hands that we're dealt with, so we just have to do what we can and just enhance our skills in the best way possible and take good care of the opportunities that we get.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Rishabh. Thank you so much for doing this, and I hope that people will take great value from this interview. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks.